Over 40% of Americans are having a hard time paying bills, putting food on the table, and clothes on their children's backs. That's 120 million people, which is more than the number of baby boomers in America.
So we looked at two counties in our own backyard: Fairfield County, Connecticut, a county with suburban and urban areas, and Bennington County, Vermont, which is pretty rural.
When you drive through the town, it's filled with lovely B&Bs, restaurants, outlet stores, all less than half an hour from great ski resorts. But just below the surface are Manchester's working poor.
So here's what we learned in Manchester. We uncovered a story of backsliding. Households with college degrees and middle-class expectations who now find themselves in quite a different situation.
No, it doesn't feel middle class. It feels like we're always like on the poverty line. Yeah, like day to day, that's how it feels. And I mean, like we have to get state insurance and, and to me, growing up, if we never had anything like super luxurious or anything. Everything was very practical in my home growing up. But if something was broken, the next day, like my dad got it fixed or hired someone to fix it. And it was like everything was maintained. And so to be here, it's really like it's super overwhelming sometimes because it may not be fixed for the next 3 years. And every day you're just like, can you fix that? And it doesn't happen.
I come from a little bit of affluence. And I've just slid downwards my entire adult life. By the numbers that I read in the news, our income level is technically middle class, but is living in the trailer park middle class? Because that's really sad. Is that where we're at?
Up to a certain point, I think it's easy to pretend. The facade you put on when you're dropping your kid off at school doesn't show the fact that, you're 6 months late on your mortgage and you don't know how you're going to pay for it.
To get an expert perspective, we turned to Lori Zeef, a partner in Elm Counseling. Lori has brought a variety of much-needed services to the underserved communities in Vermont for over 25 years. She shed some light on the realities of being kind of poor in a world where most programs are focused on people in more dire economic situations.
If you're really poor, you can access a variety of things. You can get fuel assistance. If you're kind of poor, you don't. You get Medicaid for everybody until you don't, right? So that's a line that working poor walk really, some people really carefully. Some people purposely don't take a raise or don't take the extra or will work one day less a week of work or something to keep themselves below that number.
For an urban view, we took a trip to Bridgeport, Connecticut, located in northern Fairfield County. Fairfield County's affluence is legendary, largely due to its famous Gold Coast, located within commuting distance to New York City.
A short trip north on I-95 reveals a very different story. Bridgeport is a historic town that became a major manufacturing center in the state, but fell on hard times due to job losses. Median family income is now about $40,000 a year. Think about that. In an area as expensive as Fairfield County, that's hard. And 16% of Bridgeport residents live below the poverty line.
In Manchester and Bridgeport, we're witnessing firsthand the long-term impact of real wages not having increased in over 40 years. Let's listen to Charlene's story.
I went to college. I did 4 years, so I have my bachelor's degree, and I am currently working now as administrator for a retail company. We work. We're working. We're trying to give back. We're trying to pay taxes. We're trying to do that. What is out there for us? For people who really don't want to be dependable on the system or on the government to take care of us. What is out there for us? Are you saying, okay, work more and then we find our sons incarcerated or our kids abandoned and stuff like that? What is out there for us that can be able to alleviate that? So one time I asked, okay, so should I not be working to get your help? Because basically they're putting it at a scale that is telling you that, hey, stop working and then I can help you.